All right, hello KBIC members. This is Mitch Bolo for Eagle Radio. We have cameras in the studio once again. Welcome to the pilot segment for KBIC News. This program is brought to you by the KBIC Natural Resources Department. In this very first episode, we attend the weekly water testing that takes place through KBIC-NRD. A couple weeks ago, there was a rise in the bacteria levels in the lake, and people were warned not to swim because it could cause them to get sick. This is Stephanie Cree and Serene Gauthier. They're the ones who warned us about the rising levels in the lake. They both work at the KBIC Natural Resources Department. Stephanie is the Water Resources Specialist, and Serene is from the Environmental Response Department.
Well, today we're out doing our weekly beach sampling here at the Ojibwa Campground Beach area. We do the sampling weekly on Thursdays, and we get our results on Fridays, so that way we can post them for the weekend so people can come out and enjoy our wonderful beaches along Lake Superior. So we take a lot of notes. We go out with our bottles. We have 3 bottles. One is for E. coli, one is for fecal coliform, and the third one is for the microbial source tracking. And what we do is we do a grab sample. So we go out about waist deep, and then we go down and we take the bottle and we take it down about halfway, and we open up the lid, fill it, cap it, all underwater, and then bring it back. We want to see a snapshot of what was out there at that time. So if any of our samples come back exceeding that threshold, we can go back and look at our pictures and say, oh yeah, there was a lot of geese there that day. Oh yeah, there was a deceased animal there, decomposing.
The community reaches out to us through Facebook or Messenger, or they call us. They're like, these beaches don't look right, the water, so we go out there, we investigate, we might take samples. We just had a call last week, there was a lot of pollen in the water, and it can look like sewage or waste. So we went out there and we investigated, and if it doesn't look normal, we will grab a sample.
Stephanie and Serene faithfully monitor 8 different locations through a Great Lakes Restoration Initiative grant. They collect 3 different samples at each location, and once the samples are collected, there's only a 6-hour window to get them to the lab.
We begin our day pretty early, and we do a lot of prep, and we collect all the samples, and then we have to drive them to Amasa, where the lab that does the analysis on them, and we'll get the results the next day. If any of those results are exceeding those thresholds, we try to send out public service announcements.
Every Friday, they post the results to the KBIC-NRD website, the KBIC-NRD Facebook page, as well as the main KBIC website, not to mention the local news outlets and radio stations. So there is another message that Serene and Stephanie wanted to get out there while they had your attention, because they've been able to explore many of the beaches that you all love to enjoy each summer, and I have to say they're not impressed with some of your pickup skills.
But, we're out here doing our part. We're making sure the water's safe for everybody to enjoy and swim in. So we just ask people to pick up what they leave behind. We see a lot of dirty Pampers, a lot of cans, a lot of garbage, toys, sandals, little kids' sandals. So we're doing our part. We just really ask that everybody does theirs.
So Chimigwech to Stephanie and Serene for the work that they're doing, and also for being a part of this pilot episode of this KBIC news segment. Okay, so before I sign off here, I do just have one favor to ask. There might be some out there not as technically savvy as others that would want to view these KBIC news segments in Elder maybe. I ask that you please assist people like this with maybe downloading the YouTube app on their phones or tablets or smart TVs, and then subscribe to the Indigenous Insights YouTube channel for them, and then they'll get notifications for when these episodes are posted. I'm thinking I can get at least a segment done every Friday. Future projects, I plan to reach out to the Tribal Center and the President's Office. We have an upcoming interview with Gary Lunswood Jr. and Mark Abraham. We'll get updated on the Tribe's cannabis venture with them. And then there's quite a bit more going on over at KBIC-NRD that needs some attention. So until next time, my name is Mitch Bolo, and this is KBIC News.
Venga!